Alright guys, thanks for tuning into this video. As you guys saw in the title, gonna be talking a little bit about bass versus MLF, where I see myself going in the future, and kind of just discuss the two different tournament trails, what all they have going on. There's a lot happening right now in the world of bass fishing, and specifically in the world of professional and what I would consider AAA bass fishing. So AAA bass fishing would be what I consider to be the Bass Opens and the Major League Fishing Toyota Series. So those are going to be the two qualifying trails to move you up to the next level. Within Bassmaster, you're going to have to fish the Opens to qualify for the Elites, and within MLF, you're going to have to fish the Toyota Series to qualify for the new MLF Invitationals, which was prior the Pro Circuit, and before that the FLW Tour. So lots of different changes happening. A lot of different changes especially happening within the Major League Fishing organization, which is kind of the organization that I personally have fished with and kind of aligned myself with. So not all great things happening, but definitely a lot of things moving and changing year by year, and especially moving into the 2023 season, lots of changes occurring. And I think a lot of people are going to be kind of making some moves, whether they're going from bass to MLF or MLF to bass. There's going to be a lot of movement within the AAA level and professional level bass fishing. So I just wanted to get on here and kind of talk about what I think about it, what my thoughts are moving forward, and what my thoughts are for right now and for next season. So I am qualified for the Major League Fishing Invitationals, qualified through that based on my Toyota Series. Possibly would have requalified through the Pro Circuit, but I did finish 99th in the points, which was not very good for last season. But since I won the AOY for the Southern Division Toyota, I did qualify to fish the MLF Invitational. So my invite is officially there to fish that MLF Invitational. If you guys saw one of my prior videos, I kind of talked about all the changes that they have there. But essentially, lower payouts, the entry fees are a little bit lower, but that doesn't really matter. All in all, it's basically just a lower payout trail, not as much coverage as like a Bassmaster Elite Series, and that's basically because Major League Fishing sees the Bass Pro Tour as their premier trail. So that's kind of the goal right now. For me personally, would probably be to get to that BPT level, just because of where I'm at currently. Fishing the MLF Invitationals, that's going to be my kind of booster to maybe the BPT. But another thought that I had going into next season was fishing the 9 Bassmaster Opens. I'm sure if you guys are watching this video, most of you guys know to qualify for the Elite Series, it used to be that you could fish one division of the Opens and qualify through just a single division, so that would be 3 tournaments total. Now they've changed it to where you have to fish all 9 tournaments, and they're going to be taking the top 9, I believe, to the Elite Series. So you really have to commit to a full schedule in order to qualify for the Bassmaster Elite Series. And because of all the changes happening, I think you're going to see a pretty stacked field going into 2023 trying to make it onto the Elite Series, fishing all 9 of those Opens. But I think you're also going to see a pretty decent sized field on the MLF Toyota Series, just because a lot of the guys that are maybe upset with that decision on the Open side of things are going to come over to the Toyota Series. Plus this year, 2022, the Toyota Series, they were packed for the most part, especially in the Central and Southern divisions. I know some of them having 250 plus boats in them. So I think you're definitely going to see some pretty packed fields in that MLF Toyota Series, especially for Central, Southern divisions. Maybe even the Northern divisions. I fished those this year as well. They had pretty good turnouts for those. Champlain, I think we may have even broken 200 boats. So I think you're definitely going to see a lot of people fishing both circuits, kind of going back and forth between the two, whether somebody from the bass side of things switches over to MLF or vice versa. Definitely going to be a lot of movement, but overall there's going to be probably packed fields on both sides of things, and it's just going to be where you want to align yourself moving forward, where you see yourself fitting in the best. Both trails obviously have their pros and cons. It's fought over on all kinds of videos, all kinds of forums. I read them all. People who like MLF, people who like bass, people who like both. people who like the 5 fish, people who like the every fish counts. So there's all kinds of changes happening, and you guys saw for Major League Fishing on that Bass Pro Tour. They do have a change in place now for 23, where it's going to be 5 fish, catch, weigh, and release, but it's going to be biggest 5 fish instead of the every fish counts. So I think that's definitely a step in the right direction for MLF as far as getting a little bit better fan acceptance of the tour. Obviously you're going to have people who are just not on board with MLF, and then you're going to have people who just follow different trails based on the personalities on the trails, and then there's just going to be guys who just watch both of them just because they like bass fishing. So lots of changes happening. For me personally, I'm leaning towards the MLF route for right now, just because that's where I'm currently qualified to fish at an upper level trail. The money is decent. I mean, you can still make $10,000 checks. You can still win and make $80,000. So that just seems to be the best route for me right now. I think is to do that and kind of see what kind of changes happen, say in 23 moving into 24. But my goal right now is to just fish as many tournaments as I can, fish as many high level tournaments as I can, continue to learn, continue to grow my bass fishing skills, continue to video it all, continue to put out good content onto YouTube, especially good tournament content. So just fish as many tournaments as I can. So along with those MLF invitationals, the plan would be to fish at least 2 divisions of Toyota Series as well. So that would, regardless of what I do, whether I decide on doing the MLF route or doing the Bassmaster route, it's going to be somewhere between 9 to 12 tournaments that I'm going to fish on the year, which is going to be a pretty good amount of content to be putting out on YouTube. It's going to be a lot of traveling, a lot of tournament days, a lot of days out on the water in general. So I think either way I go, I'm going to have a pretty good experience learning a bunch of different lakes, going to a few places that I've been to before now that I've gotten a little bit of experience under my belt, and really just growing. Camera battery died, so as I was saying, right now really what I'm focused on is growing my brand, learning as much as I can out on the water, getting with companies that I align with, and really just growing in all aspects of my fishing career. So last year, or this current year, 2022, was my first year officially fishing professionally, fishing as a living, just fishing, not doing anything else, fishing and doing these YouTube videos. And it's been going really well for me, so just want to keep up with what I've been doing, just continue to grow the channel, continue to put out good content, continue to learn, so I can pass on that knowledge to you guys and anybody who ends up watching these videos, and just to put out some good entertaining fishing content for everybody out there who enjoys watching the fishing content here on YouTube. So like I said, I'm really leaning towards that MLF route for right now for that 2023 season. But let me know in the comments what you guys think, if my thoughts are kind of spot on, or if you guys think that I'm making a good decision or a bad decision. I'll probably officially announce something here pretty soon, but as of right now, that's where I'm leaning, is towards that MLF route. And that's not to say that the following year I might not make a pivot and do bass or something along those lines. I just kind of want to see where everything settles in the next year or two with the 2 organizations. There's so many changes happening every month, every year, whatever. I mean, they're always changing things around. So best I can do is just go out there, catch fish, put together these videos, and hope you guys watch them and hope you guys enjoy them. So that's really all I can do at this point, and let the tournament organizations figure out what they need to figure out. But fishing as a whole, the fishing industry is doing really well. These tournament organizations are really the only ones that are struggling. So they need to figure out something. They need to figure out how to get it all together, and we'll see if that doesn't happen in the next couple of years, or if they keep on changing and doing all the crazy stuff that they like to do. But I'm still gonna be fishing tournaments, still gonna be putting out content, and just trying to get out there and catch some bass out on the water. But appreciate you guys tuning into this video. Like I said, let me know down in the comments what your thoughts are. If you got any advice, if you got any comments, any thoughts, let me know.